We're facing some pretty serious environmental problems right now. Species extinction, climate change, the fact that upward of 1 billion people don't even have access to clean drinking water around the world. And understandably, a lot of people have heard enough of the doom and gloom and want to know, what can we actually do to address these problems? Well, it turns out that over the past 20 years, thousands of social science researchers have been asking themselves the same sorts of questions. And the answers that we're coming up with are quite different from the sorts of answers that the public encounters in popular portrayals of what it's going to take to save the planet. Most people are under the impression that if we do the little things, like recycling a bottle or riding a bicycle to work, that somehow these are going to add up in the aggregate to an adequate response to global environmental problems. Well, it turns out it's going to take something more. And the answer that social science researchers are converging on is that we need to take a closer look at the social rules that we live by, the public policies, the contracts, the city codes, even the product design standards. These rules are the things that shape our everyday behaviors, and we need to scrutinize and change those rules if necessary in order to get on a more sustainable path. So what I'm trying to do in this book, Who Rules the Earth, is to essentially extract insights from this enormous research literature and present them to the public in a straightforward and easy to understand manner. So what are these social rules, or what social scientists call institutions? Consider the example of a football game. What makes that game fun and worth attending aren't just the rules on the field governing play. Consider the rules that were required to get 30,000 strangers to sit together in their assigned seats at the appointed time. Or how did we know that we could pay money online for the tickets? It's because of rules like property rights and contracts. For that matter, how do we even know that the stadium that we're sitting in is structurally sound? It's through rules like fire codes. Food safety standards are the reason that we can buy a hot dog at the food stand and not have to worry about getting food poisoning. But it actually runs a lot deeper than that. How about the pesticides used on the playing fields as the players dig their hands into the turf? What rules decided what pesticides could be used? Or the plastic in their uniforms, are those allowed to contain chemicals that are known to cause cancer, or were there rules that determined that they had to be safe? In fact, in the marching band, consider the clarinet, which is made of something called African blackwood that's harvested from the country of Tanzania. What rules decided how that wood was harvested and whether it could be just totally clear-cut or had to be harvested in some more sustainable way? These rules are everywhere, and they pattern the way that we interact with the planet on a daily basis. And so the basic message of Who Rules the Earth is simple. We need to take a close look at the rules that shape our daily behaviors and change them where necessary if we're going to get society on a more sustainable path. My hope is that after reading this book, people will actually see their world in a different way, and through that understanding have the tools they need to bring about not just the little changes, but real, lasting transformations in their communities.